Dear seeker, have you ever wondered why the flame of will inside you sometimes flickers like a weak candle, while at other times it blazes with the strength of 1,000 suns? Why does confidence rise like a golden tide one day, and vanish into the shadows of doubt the next? This mystery of human strength and weakness is not a play of fate, it is the secret of the Manipura Chakra, the radiant jewel of power hidden within your being. Babaji once said, "The true fire burns not in the forest nor in the heavens, but in the navel of man. He who masters this fire masters his life." Within you lies this sacred sun, glowing silently, waiting to be awakened. It is the city of jewels, where your ego, your will, and your very sense of self reside. When clouded, it traps you in fear, pride, or hesitation. When illumined, it transforms you into a beacon of clarity, courage, and divine confidence. This is no ordinary energy center, it is the alchemical furnace of the soul. Just as the stomach digests food, the Manipura digests the energies of thought, emotion, and desire. It is here that the heavy stones of ego are melted into golden streams of service. It is here that doubt is refined into luminous determination. And it is here that the true meaning of power is revealed, not to conquer others, but to conquer the restless self. So I ask you, seeker, are you ready to step into this inner sun? To ignite the fire that has always been waiting in silence? If your heart whispers yes, then let us walk together into the radiant mystery of Manipura, the chakra of awakening inner power and will. Dear seeker, the sages call it Manipura, the city of jewels. Imagine within you a radiant palace of light, shimmering with golden brilliance, hidden in the very center of your being, just above the navel. This is no mere symbol, it is the throne of your inner fire, the place where your personal power, your will, and your sense of identity reside. Babaji often reminded his disciples, the true jewels are not worn on the body, but burn silently in the chakras of the subtle self. This chakra governs the element of fire. Fire is the great transformer, it cooks food into nourishment, turns darkness into light, and forges raw metal into shining gold. In the same way, Manipura transforms your scattered energy into strength, clarity, and direction. It is the gateway where life force, or prana, is refined into purposeful action. When this inner jewel glows brightly, you feel it as a warm sun within, the courage to speak, the confidence to act, the clarity to choose rightly. When dimmed, you may sense hesitation, weakness, or a lack of direction. This is why Babaji called it the Son of Man, for just as the outer sun governs life on earth, the inner sun governs the vitality of your soul's journey. But, seeker, remember, Manipura is not just about strength in the worldly sense. It is the balance of ego and surrender. The ego resides here, yet when offered to the fire, it becomes purified into a higher will. Thus, Manipura is both the crucible and the crown of transformation, the sacred jewel hidden within the body, awaiting your awakening. So when you close your eyes, feel the warmth at your navel. There lies your city of jewels, the radiant Manipura, silently calling you to remember your true inner power. Dear seeker, within the golden flame of the Manipura Chakra lives a powerful companion, the ego. Many fear this word, thinking ego is only arrogance, pride, or selfishness. Yet Babaji often reminded his disciples, ego is not your enemy, it is your untrained servant. Left unchecked it will rule you, but when refined, it becomes the chariot of the soul. Think of the ego as the lens through which you see yourself in the world. When clouded, it magnifies pride, comparison, and control. It whispers, I am above, I am below, I am separate. Such an ego binds you to fear, jealousy, and restless striving. But when the fire of Manipura burns steadily, this same ego is purified. It becomes clear, humble, and luminous, no longer a weight but a vehicle for higher purpose. Just as raw metal is placed in the furnace to reveal shining gold, so too the ego must enter the fire of the navel sun. This inner alchemy transforms selfish will into divine will. You no longer act out of insecurity or pride, but out of clarity and service. Confidence flows not from "I am better," but from "I am guided." Babaji taught, do not kill the ego, offer it. When you sacrifice the restless ego into the fire of Manipura, you discover a deeper strength. You learn that true mastery is not controlling others, but mastering your own impulses, fears, and doubts. So, seeker, when you feel the sting of pride or the weight of insecurity, do not fight them as enemies. Instead, bring them into the golden fire at your center. There they will be digested, refined, and reborn as light. This is the transformation of ego, the sacred work of the Manipura Chakra. Dear seeker, within the glowing sun of Manipura resides the sacred fire, Agni. Just as the outer fire cooks food into nourishment, the inner fire digests not only what you eat, but also what you feel, think, and experience. Babaji always told his disciples, the stomach digests food, but the navel digests life itself. Every word you hear, every emotion you feel, every challenge you face, all of it enters your system like raw food. It is here, in the furnace of Manipura, that these impressions are refined. When your fire burns clear, you can absorb experiences without being consumed by them. Pain becomes wisdom, conflict becomes clarity, and emotion becomes energy to serve your higher journey. But, dear one, when this fire is weak, life feels heavy. Decisions seem clouded, your energy sinks, and you may feel powerless before challenges. You digest neither food nor experiences well. On the other hand, when the fire rages uncontrolled, it may erupt as anger, domination, or restlessness, scorching not only yourself but also those around you. The key is balance. The fire must be steady, not too dim, not too wild. A gentle, luminous flame that warms, transforms, and uplifts. When awakened in harmony, Manipura gives you vitality, radiant health, and an unshakable will. Your actions become purposeful, your emotions refined, your presence magnetic. Babaji would often say, let your fire be like the sun, giving light and warmth, never burning, never fading. Such a balanced fire not only sustains your own strength, but also radiates peace and courage to others. So, seeker, sit quietly and feel your breath kindle the flame within your navel. With every inhale, feed it calm strength. With every exhale, release the smoke of doubt and fear. This is the digestion of prana, the silent alchemy of Manipura. Dear seeker, how can you know whether the sun of Manipura is hidden in clouds or shining in its full glory? Babaji once said, the state of your inner fire reveals itself in the fragrance of your life. Observe yourself carefully, for the signs are always present. When Manipura is blocked or weakened, you may feel powerless, as though your life is being pulled by currents outside your control. Decisions become heavy, and fear whispers louder than your own inner voice. You may doubt your worth, depend on others for validation, or shrink away from opportunities. At times, the blocked fire may also swing to the other extreme, manifesting as pride, control, or the restless need to prove yourself. In both cases, the light of the soul becomes hidden behind the smoke of imbalance. But when Manipura is awakened and clear, your very being shines like the midday sun. You no longer hesitate or cling to others for approval. Confidence rises naturally, but it is not noisy, it is quiet, steady, and unshakable. Decisions come with clarity, guided by the deeper wisdom of your soul. Others may feel safe in your presence, as though they are warmed by an invisible fire. This awakened fire does not create arrogance, it creates dignity. It does not push others down, it uplifts. It does not burn, it illumines. As Babaji taught, the true sun shines equally on all, asking nothing in return. So, dear seeker, look within. If you find fear, pride, or doubt rising often, know that your fire asks to be tended. If you find courage, balance, and gentle radiance flowing, then your Manipura is awakening. Both are simply stages of the journey, the path of transforming the inner jewel into a sun. Dear seeker, to awaken the jewel of Manipura is not a matter of force, but of sacred tending, like feeding a flame so it glows steadily without flickering or burning too wild. Babaji always reminded, the fire within must be cared for with discipline and reverence, else it will either fade into ash or erupt into destruction. Let us now look at the ancient ways to balance and awaken this sun within. First, the breath of fire, Kapalbhati or Agni breathing. With each forceful exhale, you fan the flame of vitality, clearing away stagnation and igniting your inner strength. Practice gently, with awareness, and feel the navel pulse with life. Second, the meditation on sunlight. Sit at dawn, when the first rays of the sun kiss the earth. Imagine those golden beams entering your navel, filling your Manipura with warmth. This practice aligns your inner sun with the cosmic sun, charging you with clarity and courage. Third, the mantra, Ram. This is the seed sound of fire. Chant it softly, letting its vibration resonate in the belly. Feel the sound like a flame licking upward, purifying the ego, awakening divine will. Fourth, engage in selfless action or seva. When you act without craving recognition, the ego melts and Manipura shines clean. Service is the secret firewood that keeps the inner flame burning bright. And finally, mindful eating. Take foods that are pure, sattvic, and full of pranic energy, fresh fruits, grains, and light meals. Eat with gratitude, for every morsel is fuel for the sacred fire within. Babaji often said, the body is the temple, the navel its lamp, and discipline its oil. Through these practices, seeker, you nurture the lamp of Manipura until it glows like a steady, golden sun. Dear seeker, what does it truly mean to live with an awakened Manipura? It is not about boosting power, nor about wearing confidence like a mask. Babaji always reminded, the one who shouts of his strength is still weak, the one who walks in silence radiates true power. Divine confidence is quiet, steady, and unshakable, like the sun that rises every morning without asking for applause. When Manipura is awakened, you no longer act from fear or pride. Decisions flow from clarity, not confusion. Even in the face of difficulty, your presence remains calm, like a flame that does not flicker in the wind. You do not need to prove yourself, because your strength is anchored in the soul, not in the shifting opinions of the world. Such a person becomes a lighthouse. Others feel safe, inspired, and uplifted simply by being near them. They stand tall, not in arrogance, but in balance. Their will is strong, yet softened by compassion. Their actions are purposeful, yet free of restlessness. Babaji taught, the true warrior is he who fights no one, yet conquers himself each day. This is the essence of divine confidence. Living with Manipura awakened means trusting life's flow. You do not resist change, nor are you paralyzed by it. You surrender to the higher will, yet you act with unwavering strength. You move forward not because of pride, but because of alignment with the greater good. So, seeker, divine confidence is not loud, it is luminous. It does not seek the spotlight, it becomes the light. When your Manipura shines, you live with a courage that uplifts, a will that serves, and a fire that warms the world. This is the gift of the awakened sun within. Dear seeker, you have now journeyed with me through the radiant city of jewels, the Manipura Chakra, the sacred fire of will, the purifier of ego, the furnace of transformation, and the sun of divine confidence. Remember, this sun has always been within you, quietly glowing, waiting only for your recognition. Babaji once said, the path is not to find the light, but to remove the clouds. And so it is with Manipura. Fear, doubt, and pride are but passing clouds, your true light has never been absent. When you breathe with awareness, when you act with selflessness, when you honor your food and your fire, the sun within begins to shine. And as it shines, it not only illumines your own path, but also becomes a blessing to all who walk beside you. True power, dear one, is not measured by how many you rule, but by how many you uplift. So I invite you, carry this wisdom into your daily life. Tend to your inner fire with care, let your will be guided by the higher self, and live with the quiet radiance of divine confidence. This is not the journey of a day, but of a lifetime, and every step taken with awareness brings you closer to your own luminous truth. If these words have touched your heart, I would love to hear your reflections. Share in the comments what resonated most with you, or how you experienced the sun of Manipura in your own life. Your journey may inspire another seeker. Until we meet again, may your path be steady, your will pure, and your fire eternal. Walk with strength, live with clarity, and shine with love. Jai Guru Dev.